Hi everybody, my name is David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk about just some current events in my life, including a little bit of a health update and just what's going on around my house and in my life. There has been I'm going to say some exciting stuff that's happened in the last couple of days. Um, Less exciting maybe than what's happened in the last couple of weeks, which is a good thing because sometimes excitement isn't so great. So I'm definitely over the sadness of losing my friend. Like I'm happy to say that I'm able to get past that, and kind of I've come to terms with it. I'm okay with it at this point, so I'm happy about that. So my health. I want to talk about my health. I've had some weird stuff with my health. Like I am currently eating mostly burger patties. I'm drinking a little bit of milk. I eat some chia seeds. Mostly, I'm just eating burger patties and luncheon meat and hot dogs, mostly. So I have this feeling in my body where I have some strength again, which is good. I'm happy about that. And I'm starting to get some flexibility back in my muscles, but my hands are still like stiff. It's like difficult for me to use my hands right. But it feels like I'm starting to get a little bit better. My eyesight seems to be clearing up a little bit. I'm actually I'm actually feeling better. I'm thinking about things that I can do or should do versus the things that I can't do. So I'm actually feeling a little bit better. And I don't know if it's my diet or if it's just that I'm finally starting to maybe get my health back. I have no idea. But I'm happy to say that I've gained a little bit of weight. I I'm up 8 pounds in well, no, I'm up 4 pounds in 8 days. And the very strange thing about it is I go up 3 pounds, 4 pounds, and then I think in a couple of days I start losing a little bit of weight. But what's mostly interesting is I have that scale, and I'm not sure if that scale is like completely accurate, but like it will say that I'm losing muscle mass or gaining muscle mass or just general mass. But my fat, my visceral fat, my subcutaneous fat, it all stays the same. It's just that muscle mass and the body mass that somehow I'm like increasing by 2 or 3 pounds in a couple of days, and then somehow I'll lose 2 or 3 pounds. And I don't completely understand. I'm trying to figure it out with what I'm eating, but I'm not really eating that much. I'm eating mostly just burger patties and I'm drinking some milk. I'm not eating actually any whey protein or protein shakes anymore because I was finding that massive amount of whey protein was definitely affecting my metabolism negatively. It made it so that my my insulin would spike and it just made my body not like work right. It's very difficult. I don't completely understand how that works, but I did read that if you're eating protein, if you mix it with milk instead of just using water, it'll sometimes keep the protein from like hitting your body so hard so fast. Your body absorbs it so fast that it spikes your insulin. So I think if I do whey protein again, I will mix it with milk. We'll see how that goes. So I finally and I'm going to turn this around a little bit. I have these windows, this like wall of windows in my room that like they're good windows. They're argon filled and they're I don't know what you call them, double hung, so I can open the top or I can open the bottom, and they're screens so that if I want to open them up, I can open them up. But for some reason, like I just couldn't get them to close right. Even though they have a lock on them and the lock says that it locked and it looks like it closed, I could still hear the traffic outside, and at night I can hear the bugs outside pretty loud, and then I could feel the cold air coming in, and it wasn't like a breeze coming in, but I could feel the cold air. So I had to reopen and reclose all the windows again, and I think I finally sealed them all shut because now it seems to be working a little bit better. So I'm actually really happy about gaining the weight. I know that that's probably not exciting for a lot of people. They don't want to hear about gaining weight, but for me, I need to gain like 28 to 30 pounds. I'm so underweight. Um, like gaining 5 pounds in a week, 3 pounds in a week. And I don't even understand how that works because I don't really eat 5 pounds of food necessarily. I mean, maybe I do, but that would mean that I would literally be converting everything I ate to muscle mass or to mass. And I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Um, and I don't actually eat quite that much, anyways. But somehow I gained weight. I gained more weight than I'm sure that I ate. And I don't know exactly how that works. But what I do know is that what I am eating, like my body is definitely soaking it up, and I am still working out. So I'm doing exercise. I am working out, and I don't know. Somehow I'm gaining like pretty good amount of weight. I just hope that it's not my scale that's screwed up and it's not working right. I'm so happy with that scale that it'd be my luck that it was doing misreadings, and that would be my luck. But so now my room is much warmer. Now that I finally got my window shut, I'm pretty happy about that. But my heat has come on a couple of times in the last, I don't know, week to 2 weeks, and it was making quite the shudder. And I don't know if there's a lot of you guys that are used to northern heat, but I have a furnace, and I have water pipes all throughout my house that the furnace heats the water, and then the water heats up radiators throughout my house. Well, the other night, like I heard the furnace come on, and then all of a sudden I heard this like really loud sloshing in the pipes in my house, in my room mostly, but I could hear the water sloshing around, and then all of a sudden it started making this banging noise, making like a really loud, not good noise. It was not necessarily a scary noise, but I'm just gonna say slightly scary. And so it banged all night, and then I got up and I went to the other side of my house, and I could feel like heat coming from the basement. I could feel it against the door in the hallway that I walked through, and that was a little bit concerning. So I went and shut off the thermostats, or tried to shut off the thermostats, and finally, after about, I don't know, 2 hours of this banging and clanking, it finally stopped. So I went and I listened to my downstairs, my basement, and I could hear water running down there. I could hear water running through my pipes, not just sloshing through because of the heating, but I could feel water running somewhere in my house. Which I was in the Navy. I used to fly in helicopters, and helicopters has a lot of fluids running around in the helicopter, and the sound of running liquid is like unbelievably irritating to me. Like I just can't stand listening to it. Anyways, I finally get a hold of these heaters, or not these heaters, these plumbers that actually installed my furnace last year. And they came out and took a look at my furnace, and my furnace is shot. So they're going to have to replace my furnace. And I'm thankful that I'm under warranty and they're going to take care of it and they're going to help me out. But so I didn't have heat for a couple of days, even though for about an hour my room was about 112 degrees because something was wrong. And it felt so nice. But now I have no heat and I need to get my heat squared away before, this summer break ends. Like right now, it's 80 degrees outside, so I got nothing to complain about. I'm sitting in the sun in my house. But the other day, it was 50 degrees in my house. I needed the heat. So now I've got this next level of freeze issues. I got to get the furnace squared away, which I'm sure they're going to get this taken care of in the next couple of days. But I got to get this thing squared away before winter comes for real and starts freezing all my shit up again like it did last year. So yeah, that was a difficult week. This whole thing with this furnace and worrying about whether this company is going to cover it, and what I'm going to do to make sure that I have heat for the winter and I don't end up having all my pipes freezing. Freezing pipes where I live is a nightmare because once pipes start freezing, like things just cascade, getting worse and worse and worse and worse until like once radiators freeze and pipes freeze, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So I am not eating any more protein at this point. Like I watched a video and they said that the like whey protein and even plant proteins, they're actually pretty good proteins. And the cleaner the protein, obviously the better it is. But when you mix protein powder with water, it's so absorbable by your body. Your body just absorbs it too quick. So I'm going to have to do something else. I'm going to have to, I don't know, have protein with like a ton of chia seeds. I'm a new big fan of chia seeds again. I started eating chia seeds. I love chia seeds again. And I just don't use as many as I did when I first got started with it last year, a couple of years ago. I use less chia seeds. They clump up less. And it's actually a quite nice seed in a shake. So if I mix powdered milk, chia seeds, and monk fruit powder, I want to talk about monk fruit powder. So I always used allulose before. Now I'm using monk fruit powder, mostly because it's easy to get it from Walmart. Like I can't get allulose from Walmart. If I could, I would buy it there. But I have to buy allulose from Amazon, which is a whole nother layer of kind of a pain in the ass whether it's going to show up or not. Whether they're going to deliver it to my front door or not, or try to cram it in my mailbox. I'll buy monk fruit powder from Walmart going forward. So I bought monk fruit powder with erythritol, and I don't know what erythritol is. I don't know if it's bad for me or if it's just a normal sweetener, but I gotta say that monk fruit powder, it tastes really good. It's very sweet. You don't need a whole lot, and it doesn't taste like stevia. It doesn't have that bitter flavor. So I'm gonna give monk fruit powder a thumbs up. And again, I don't know what erythritol is, whether it's bad for you or not, but monk fruit powder with erythritol from Walmart that was a good choice for me. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm enjoying drinking a little bit of milk. I bought whole milk powder, and I'm actually really enjoying drinking that. I haven't enjoyed drinking milk in a very long time, but I'm definitely enjoying drinking this I drink as, instead of drinking protein, I just drink a couple scoops of whole milk powder, a little bit of erythritol, a little bit of chia seeds, and sometimes a little bit of chocolate powder, and um, and it's really good. I'm not sure if I'm getting enough protein, but it definitely makes me happy. It feels like I'm eating a milkshake, drinking a milkshake. If I put some ice in it, it's very tasty. I like it a lot. So hopefully next month or next week, I'll have my furnace back replaced and working again, and we'll have heat again. Because once we get past this 80-degree days, I'm sure that the the fall and winter is gonna be right behind it. But yeah, I'm better with losing my buddy. I'm okay with it. I'm finally, like, I've dealt with it. I've said my goodbye, and things are better. I'm happy about that. I'm gaining some weight, which again, I don't know where it's coming from because if I ate like 4 pounds of food in a week, like I would understand that I would gain 4 pounds. But that's not how it's working for me. I don't eat 4 pounds of food. But somehow I'm gaining more weight than the weight of food that I'm eating. So I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully I'll be able to hang on to it and not lose it pretty quickly. I'm eating I'm eating kind of the same stuff that I have been eating, but I'm not focused on protein at this point. What I am focused on is calories. I'm trying to eat a lot of calories. And that's why drinking milk makes sense. Like instead of just drinking water, I'll drink some milk. And that gives me some extra calories. Maybe that's where I'm gaining this weight from. Just that I'm drinking so much milk and eating burger patties. And maybe I'm eating more, I don't know. Like I'm eating a pretty good amount of calories. It just doesn't feel like it's that much because I'm just eating. But I am very excited that I'm starting to gain some weight. I'm not gaining water weight. I'm not gaining protein weight necessarily. I'm gaining actual body mass and muscle mass according to my scale. If my scale is correct, which I don't even know. I weigh myself every day so I can kind of see the trend. And sometimes I have to like weigh myself again because I'll weigh myself and I'll be either very low or very high. And I know that it's maybe not right. So I'll weigh myself again like 20 minutes later. And then that weight seems more normal and right. So I don't know. We'll see in the next week whether I'm going to be able to keep this weight or not. So my sleep has been kind of crazy. Like I have a lot of stuff going through my head. Obviously, we all do, I'm sure. But I got a lot of stuff going through my head. I have a hard time sometimes getting to sleep, and when I finally do get to sleep, I will sleep so hard for 10 hours. And I mean, I feel like that's a good thing because if I'm wearing myself out during the day, my body needs the sleep to I don't know, recoup or get better. And I have seen my sleep score on my watch, and not my score, but my sleep. What do they call it? Sleep modes, I think. And I see that I get to REM sleep pretty quickly when I go to sleep. I get to core sleep, and then I get to deep sleep very quickly now. And I think that's because maybe my body is somehow trying to get better, I guess. And I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit better. But my muscles and my arms and legs and my hands, the muscle is like my muscle does not. It just doesn't work right. And I try to stretch. I try to get exercise. I'm not quite getting the snappy noises or that crispy noises in my bones as much. But the muscle and the tendons in my joints, really from my fingers all the way to my toes, like it's very tight. Like I have to stretch out. Sometimes I have to stretch out before I go to sleep because I'll lay in bed and just not be able to sleep because my muscles are so tight. And I don't know if that's I mean, I'm hoping that's because insulin sensitivity is coming back and those muscles are getting nutrients again. I hope. Like I know that I am getting some insulin sensitivity back because I am getting more muscles again. I'm pretty happy about that. It's just it's like if you took all the muscles off your bone completely and you didn't have any muscle for quite some time and then you started building muscle again out of nowhere, that muscle has to get like toned and has to get like, I don't know what you call it. It has to be used to get the right flexibility and to be able to use it correctly. And that's where I feel like I'm at. Like I can feel the strength in my hands and arms and legs, but the accuracy of using my muscles, my arms, and my legs is not completely dependable. I have to be really careful when I'm walking because if I walk too far or hard, I don't know if it's because my body doesn't switch to fat burning as easily as it just uses sugar and carbs. And as soon as I run out of sugar and carbs, like I need to find a place to sit down pretty quick. And if I'm not in a place where I can sit down, like there's a possibility I'll fall down. And I have fallen down quite a few times. And I'm thinking that is because if I have enough sugar and carbs to keep my body working right, I'm good. But if I go a little bit farther than that, it's not that my muscle quits or I don't have the strength to do it. It's because I just all of a sudden lose the energy to to finish the cycle. And I watched a lot of videos talking about fat burning and sugar burning, and that kind of seems like a an explanation of what I've been feeling. Like if I have enough carbs and sugar in my body, I can get to where I'm going. But if I use up all of my carbs and sugar in that process, coming back is extremely difficult. And I don't know if that's exactly right or not, but it seems like it makes sense. And then last time I bought a bunch of food, I bought apples again. And I'm kind of sad to say, it said they were New York apples, but they kind of sucked anyways. But yeah, I still ate them all. I loved them, I enjoyed them. And I started watching these videos about fructose and glucose and how fructose affects you differently. And that's the sugar that's in fruits. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat fruit anymore, or eat fructose anymore. I'm not sure if that's going to be something I'll be able to do. If you guys know a lot about fructose versus glucose, if you have any relevant or good information, I would appreciate it if you would put it below because I'm interested to hear what you think about it. Like, I don't know if eating apples, if I eat, let's just say, 2 apples, is that not a good thing because of the fructose in it versus the glucose? Am I better off eating 2 cookies? Like, and I'm not saying that I do want to eat 2 cookies, but I'm not saying that I will eat 2 cookies instead of 2 apples. But if I eat 29 grams or 50 grams of apple in the fructose, does that negatively impact me much worse than eating 40 or 50 grams of cookies and just sugar? I don't know. I really don't know if that's how that works. So I talked about my watch and this Apple Watch in past videos, and I gotta say, I'm still very happy with my Apple Watch. But what I hate is that this thing does not hold a charge very good. I feel like I constantly have to charge it. Like to use it during the day is fine. I can get the hours to do that. But when I want to go to bed and I want to get my sleep score, my sleep, whatever information I'm getting about when I'm sleeping, or if I'm walking and I'm not wearing my watch because it's on a charger, I hate that I can't get that data. Like I'm a data freak at this point. I need the data. I need to know every pound. I need to know every date, every time, every amount. I need to know all this. And this watch is not really good at that. I have the Apple Watch SE2. So there is a new Apple Watch that supposedly you get longer battery, faster charging. But I gotta be honest, I'm thinking about getting one of those smart rings because then those things last for like 10 days. And then I can keep track of my steps and I can keep track of my sleep stuff without having to charge my watch like 3 times a day. And I think even if I upgraded this watch to the new watch, I think I would still feel like I'm constantly charging. Because those things, they only hold charge for 18 hours, which means you spend the day not worried about charging, but when you go to bed, you have to charge. And it takes like 4 hours to charge, which is a pain in the ass because then you lose. Like then I lose all my data on my sleep cycles, which I kind of need that, I think. So I am thinking about looking at smart rings, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but I'm thinking about it. If any of you guys use a smart ring, do me a favor. Tell me below what you think. Tell me which one you use. I'm not looking for one that I have to pay a monthly fee for. I don't want to pay it monthly. I want to be able to buy it, and I want to be able to use it without having to pay monthly. And I think there's 2 rings that I was looking at. One was I can't remember. Well, I can't remember what they were, but there's 2 rings that I'm looking at that you don't have to pay a monthly thing. You just buy the ring, and then it works, and you just use it. They have an app you can use, and I'm going to be checking that out coming up. We'll see how that goes. But I think that I love using the data on my watch, but I hate the fact that I have to constantly think about charging it. And I don't want to have to put it in low power mode or worry about whether I have enough charge to get my steps or not. I don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm looking at alternatives. I'm interested to know if you guys have any suggestions. So yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay. The weather is nice. I keep hearing these massive flocks of geese flying over, which means that winter is right behind them. And I'm not really happy about that. But I'll be a little bit happier, a little bit more comfortable once I get my heat refixed. So I'll be happy about that. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Hope you have a great week. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.